Tommy Dickley, your source for local up-to-date news and commentary. Top U.S. lawmakers unveiled today new legislation detailing sanctions against Iran for their suspect nuclear program. Foreign Affairs Committee Chairman Howard Berman and Senate Banking Committee Chairman Chris Dodd said their blueprint, which aims to tighten existing U.S. sanctions on the Islamic Republic, would give President Obama a full range of tools to deal with the threats posed by Iran. In effect, the act would present foreign banks doing business with blacklisted Iranian entities a stark choice: cease your activities or be denied critical access to the American financial system. Meanwhile, in domestic news, tensions mounted on the Arizona immigration law. The White House is denying claims by an Arizona senator that President Obama hopes to leverage border security for Republican support on immigration reform. At the same time, the administration remains mum on plans to mount a legal challenge to Arizona's tough new immigration law, a likelihood confirmed last week by Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. As far as we're concerned, that Arizona law is still under review, said Deputy Press Secretary Bill Burton. In local news, the only way I can tolerate life is to be obscenely drunk. I go to you now live to my British colleague, Hubert Wilkinson. Hubert?
I'm standing outside of Milligan's Pub and Grill, where just the other night a British man was savagely beaten for the simple act of wearing a penguin hat. It happened right here. The beating, which lasted a grueling and agonizing 30 whole minutes, was compounded by the fact and the popular misconception that all British people are now Tony Hayward. In my native England, the penguin hat has long been a symbol of national pride and of the glories of years past. But that is not the case here. For in the United States, the penguin hat serves only to incite random bloodshed and violence, often without reason or logical explanation. Since times of the Tudor Society, the penguin hat has long served as a symbol of goodwill toward all. To get a local opinion, we asked world-renowned anthropologist and adventurer Jeff Novison of his opinion of this terrible tragedy.
When I heard about this tragedy, I was paging through my book, A Wild Sheep by Haruki Murakami, and I thought to myself, at the 5 o'clock bell, I went down to the park and had dinner with the pigeons. All I can say is that I blame Obama for this. I think Obama ruined this country.
I vowed never again to speak of Dr. Novoson's bizarre non sequitur, but he did have one point. Pigeons. As I was saying, the penguin hat has been enshrined in the annals of British folklore since the very beginning. Here, we have a court artist rendition of the legendary King Arthur charging into battle, no doubt utilizing the hat's powerful symbolism to spur his troops on to raise their sight-guided laser cannons for Queen and country. And here, we see Sir Neville Henderson wearing a penguin hat while meeting with Adolf Hitler. Hitler famously snubbed this gesture by countering with his own panda hat, refusing to help Sir Neville fend off the oncoming hordes of giant robotic squid beasts. That Kraut bastard.
So clearly, the penguin hat has great historical significance for the British and for the world alike. And I, for one, in spite of threat of death and mutilation, shall never cease to wear proudly this symbol of my nation's honor.
That was Hubert Wilkinson reporting live from South Milwaukee, giving possibly one of the gayest reports I have ever seen. Well, that wraps it up for tonight, but stay tuned for our following program, Needless Violence in Space. Brought to you by Snackos. Snackalicious. Due to recent federal regulations, I must remind you that only a true warrior knows when to stop eating. Please, put the plate down for America.